Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Becker County authorities need your help finding a missing hunter. His name is 58-year-old Paul Sandstrom, and he was last seen yesterday afternoon in the Gardner Lake area. That's in northern Becker County. Authorities say Sandstrom failed to meet up with his hunting party at late that morning. He was wearing orange and black hunting clothing when he disappeared. Now, if you have any information on Mr. Sandstrom's whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Becker County Sheriff's Office. The phone number is at the bottom of your screen, 218-847-2661. A Grand Forks woman has been sentenced to 20 years in prison after she admitted to stabbing a man with a bread knife. 32-year-old Christine Jones will get credit for nearly 300 days that she already served for attempted murder and robbery charges. Grand Forks authorities were called to the 2000 block of Dyke Avenue in early February after a man called saying he had been stabbed in the chest. Authorities say that Jones admitted grabbing the knife and stabbing the victim while he was lying on a couch. We now know the name of the man whose body was found at Island Park on Friday. Police identified him as 37-year-old William Zeiser. His death is not considered suspicious. What a wild ride we've experienced over the last couple of days in our weather. The shift in temperatures, amazing. But it looks like we're settling down now, so let's check in with Summer on tonight's conditions. Summer?
Things are cooler, but definitely looking quieter. We did have some rain and snow move through the region this morning, and my cat Charlie was so excited to be let outside to play in the snow. What you didn't see on this video is him taking off down the stairs and running into the neighbor's lawn. But nonetheless, we had a lot of fun this morning. Currently tonight, you could never tell it even snowed here in Fargo. The streets are looking dry and conditions are nice and quiet for our Monday night. But take a look at this 24-hour temperature change. So just 24 hours ago, Grand Forks was 44 degrees warmer than they are currently. Fargo, 42 degrees warmer. Temperatures now are in the teens and 20s across the region and will continue to fall throughout the night. But the wind finally beginning to let up just a little bit, still gusting to 30 across the Devil's Lake Basin. We can expect a chilly night ahead with temperatures falling into the teens by morning. I'll let you know how cool will stay the rest of this week coming up in just a few minutes.
What a wonderful run it was.
Yes.
Thanks, Summer. The entire state of North Dakota now sits in the high-risk category for COVID-19. Governor Doug Burgum announcing the move late this afternoon as he called up for measures to deal with the increasing pressure on our state's hospitals. Burgum indicated that staffing continues to be a big problem, and the state's major hospitals have agreed to move staff around depending on need.
We right now have hospitals that are paying traveling nurses. In some cases, there's hundreds and hundreds of traveling nurses that are working here in North Dakota, and those traveling nurses are hired through an agency. Our hospitals have to pay those agencies, sometimes exorbitant amounts of dollars. In the case of just one hospital, they're spending more than hundreds of thousands of dollars a day to bolster their staffing levels.
The governor also pointed out that it took the state 7 months to reach 5,000 active cases for COVID and just 3 weeks to double that number. He's urging citizens to do what has been recommended to try and stem the continuing surge of cases.
We have reached a very dangerous phase in the pandemic in the upper Midwest and now into Minnesota. The infection rates and the number of cases and hospitalizations and deaths not only set records one day, they did it each and every day last week.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz announcing that starting in the next 2 weeks, 11 testing sites will open across the state to massively expand testing. The governor also spoke about the importance of wearing masks, social distancing, and staying home.
If we don't do the things that we know mitigate the spread, like masking, social distancing, staying home when you're sick, and testing, we know that this is absolutely the inevitable outcome of where we'll end up. These are avoidable.
The state is operating a saliva testing site in Moorhead at the former Edison Elementary School. Saliva testing is open to both Minnesota and North Dakota residents, and you can find information about that on our website by going to valleynewslive.com. Minnesota's Governor Walz also announced that he will convene a special session of the state legislature on Thursday. He plans on extending the COVID-19 peacetime emergency for another 30 days to ensure that the state can continue to quickly respond to the pandemic. Today's announcement about the experimental COVID-19 vaccine could be the light at the end of a dark tunnel for Americans and the world. Pfizer says the vaccine is 90% effective against the virus. Two local experts say that as COVID numbers continue to rise on both sides of the river, it's important for you to not let your CDC guideline guards down as we venture into winter.
We need to continue doing things like wearing our masks and social distancing, making sure we're using good hand hygiene, and then contact tracing. They're all really important.
Thanks to everybody that's doing their part, but frankly, we can and we need to do better for this because this is getting very serious.
Pfizer has estimated it could have 50 million doses available globally by the end of 2020, enough for 25 million people. The company's vaccine is among 4 being studied in the United States. Another U.S. company, Moderna, also hopes to file an application with the FDA later this month. The building that used to house Fargo's police department is now the Engagement Center. It's home to the emergency COVID-19 quarantine and isolation program. It provides emergency isolation and quarantine shelter for single men and women who don't have permanent housing and are unable to access other shelter facilities. It also houses the mobile outreach program, which provides even more assistance. The Engagement Center is operated 24 hours a day and is located at 222 4th Street North. Later on Valley News Live at 6, the air that your kids are breathing while in the classroom will be improving. We'll explain how.
And tonight we're starting to see some clearing skies and our winds are finally backing off. I'll let you know what that means for our temperatures as we head into tomorrow morning and for your Tuesday afternoon.